Good morning, boys and girls, and welcome to reading. And guess what? We started module number what? 2. And the big idea is there's only one me. We're starting week number 1. So the essential question is, what makes each of us special? So we're learning that our names are special, and also our feelings and ideas and experiences. So we're celebrating all those things. And for that, I have a beautiful story for lesson 1. The name of the story is I Am Rene the Boy. And this story is going to help us to understand what is our objectives for week 1. So for lesson 1, I can discuss responses to questions about the text. So responses. I want you to go get your conversational buddy so you can answer response to questions that Ms. Cervantes is going to ask during the story, okay? Alrighty, but before I begin the story, let's talk about some vocabulary words that Ms. Cervantes is going to mention during the story. So, fiction. Can you say fiction? Fiction. Fiction are made up stories about characters, places, and events. Plot. It's what happened in the story from the beginning, middle, and end. And using those 3 things, beginning, middle, and end, it will help us find the important events or things that happen in the story, okay? All right, good review about that, okay? All right, so get ready to enjoy our beautiful story. All right, I want you to tell your conversational buddy, what did you see in the front cover of the book? I can tell my conversational buddy, I see a boy. I see a chair with pillows. I see letter R. What else did you see? Tell your conversational buddy. Good. What do you think this story is going to be about? Tell your conversational buddy. What is this story going to be about? Did you share? Good. All right, so let's begin. Find a quiet place where you can listen to Ms. Cervantes' story. But before I read my story, I want to go over just a little bit about the author, okay? The author's name is Rene Colato Laniez. And Rene is actually the main character of the story. So Rene got inspired by his story and he decided to write about when he was a little boy. So this is kind of based on true events, okay? It makes it interesting because you guys can do that. You can become authors by writing your stories. All right, the illustrator, her name is Fabiola Graullera Ramirez, and she is the illustrator, and the illustrator is the one that draws the picture. And guess what? She's from Mexico. All right, so let's begin. All right, let me open my book. I like to use the real book, but I like to put pictures up there because you guys can see better. All right. Here we go. My name is Rene, like my grandfather and my father. I am Rene the Third. I learned to write my name in El Salvador. I wrote it everywhere, boys and girls. I wrote it with charcoal from Mama's brick oven. I traced it with a stick on the fresh rain soil. In El Salvador, I was Rene the Brave, Rene the Strong, and Rene the Funny. I cannot believe it. Here in the United States, Rene, it's a girl's name. Uh-oh. I discovered it. Oops, I think I skipped a page. I discovered it when a new student joined my classroom, and Mrs. Soria called a roll. Jose, Maria, Carlos, here, answered everyone. Rene said, As I started to say here with pride, I heard a girl's voice answer to my name. She was the new student. I'm here, I'm Rene, she said. She looked at me and smiled. My mouth dropped. I was paralyzed. She looked at me and smiled. My mouth dropped and I was paralyzed. During recess, some boys came up and taunted me. You have a girl's name. Oh. In the kitchen, while we were eating fried plantains with sour cream and hot chocolate, I told my parents, the boys at school said that Rene is a girl's name. I have never heard of such a thing, Papa said. Rene, it's the name of hard-working man. Rene, it's a beautiful name. Don't listen to them, Mama said. That's right. My name is so beautiful that a girl copied it from me, I said as a piece of fried plantain disappeared into my mouth. At school, my desk partner was Rene, the girl. She was behind me every time we lined up in alphabetical order. She was always smiling at me. During recess, she told me that she wanted to be my best friend. Are you sure that your name is Rene? I asked her. You're a girl. Maybe your name is Irene. And you lost the I in your alphabet soup? No, she told me. My parents named me Rene. After recess, we went to school library. There were many shelves with books. Some were so high that I could not reach them even if I stood up on my tiptoes. Boys and girls, all these books are for you, the librarian said. We use books to read, study, and research information. Research? What is research? I asked her. Anything you want. These books have the information on anything, she told me. Afterwards, the children borrow books. I look for the perfect book from left to right and up and down. Here it is, I exclaimed. The meaning of names. Oh, what do you think he picked? That meaning of names. Take your conversational buddy. Why did Rene pick a book that says meaning of names? Do you tell someone? Good, let's continue. Evening, I fell asleep on the sofa while watching a movie. When Mama tried to pick me up to go to bed, I woke up. You are too heavy, mijo, she told me. A few years ago, you were just a baby. In my room, I took the library book from my backpack. There was a list of boys and girls named in alphabetical order. I looked for the letter R. Why did he look for the letter R? Good, because his name starts with the letter R. Rene. Here it is. Origin, French. So his name comes from French, meaning reborn. Then I look in the dictionary and I discovered that reborn meant to be born again. The next day, we made up a chart with our names. Miss Soria said my name and wrote Rene on the board. That's not how you write Rene, I said to my teacher. How did you write it? The teacher asked. I picked up an eraser and removed the last E and wrote it an accent mark on the second E. Rene. Rene, the girl, then took the eraser away from me and wrote it back the way it was, Rene. This is the way I write my name, she told me. After I saw her name on the board, I felt much better. Her name was different. How is their name different from each other? Well, hers have how many letters? 5. And mine had only 4. Good job. All right. Before going home, the teacher passed a flyer. It says this: the school library presents the fur writing contest of the school year. Open topic: write on any subject. A winner will be chosen the next month. Prize will be 2 extra large pizzas. I love pizza, Rene said. Me too, I said. At home, after going to bed, I decided to participate in the writing contest. What can I write about? I asked myself as I fell asleep. In the following weeks, I took notes on all the things I discovered about my name. Then I wrote my essay. A month later, during the assembly in the auditorium, the librarian announced the first place winner. I could not believe what my ears were hurting. I won, I said as I jumped up and down. I came to the stage and the principal asked me to read my essay. Are you ready to listen his essay? This is what he wrote, okay? After doing all the research. I am Rene in Spanish. Rene is a boy's name. In English, my name with an extra E at the end, it's a girl's name. Rene is a French name that means to be reborn, be born again. I have read about man named Rene in books. I found Rene Descartes. He was a philosopher. In my teacher's art book, there was a painting by Rene Magritte. But I don't look like the Renés in those books. I have brown skin, like the sweet bread that Mama gives me for breakfast. I have black and straight hair that does not like combs or brushes. I have beautiful black eyes like Mama and strong arms like Papa. When he was reading the essay, I forgot to change pages. All right, here we go. My name, Rene, is different. It is my very own name. The letter R is for the railroad that ran in front of my house in El Salvador. The letter E is for my country, El Salvador. The letter N is for never give up. The letter E is for the new country, Estados Unidos, the United States. The Asian mark on the end is what makes my name strong and powerful. I am this Rene. Look at all the letters he has. Here in the United States, the names of many words change in English. Mi escuela is now my school, and mi casa is my house. Even mama, it's now mom, and papa is dad. They don't understand if I call them mom and dad, but Rene is Rene in English or Spanish. Sometimes people pronounce my name differently. I don't care because I know who I am. In English, I found Rene is my favorite color, green. Rene is reading backwards in energy. I have a lot of energy. I can find Rene in what I like the most: adventures. Now I know why Rene means to be reborn, to be born again. First, I was born in El Salvador, where I learned to write my name and speak my favorite language, Spanish. Now, I am born again in the United States, where I learned to speak English. I am so lucky that after I was born again, I can speak, read, and write English and Spanish. When I finished reading, everyone clapped. The principal gave me the 2 extra large pizzas. I shared this pizza with my classmates. I like your name, Rene told me with a slice of pizza in her hands. I like your name too, I said as I took another slice of pizza. The end. So at the end of this book, we can see pictures of the author, and that's Rene. Remember, Rene got inspired by his own story. So what I just finished reading, that's his story. And Rene was born in El Salvador, and he came to the United States when he was a little boy. Fabiola Grayela Ramirez was born in Mexico City, and he is the illustrator of this book, and he has been an illustrator for so many other stories and articles. So I hope you guys got inspired by this 2 people, and this was a very special story. Now let's see what is our word product for this story. All right, so I have one question that you can answer after you finish watching my video. You can tell your conversational buddy, or you can tell someone at home. How does Rene feel about his name at the beginning of the story? How does Rene feel about his name at the beginning of the story? And then, how does Rene feel about his name at the end of the story? All right, tell someone in your house, and I will see you guys back tomorrow. Bye-bye.